Well, as I'm sure you know already, the wise men came from the east and they followed a star until they found Jesus. And when they did find Jesus, they brought to him three important gifts. They brought with them gold, frankincense, and myrrh. And each one of those gifts was important because it symbolized who Jesus was. And so the first of our wise men here, he brought gold. And gold was important because it showed that Jesus was a king. And kings, of course, were given the finest and the most precious of things of all. And so gold was given to Jesus to show that he was a king. But also they brought with them frankincense. Now, frankincense was a kind of it was an incense. It was a perfume, an aromatic kind of powder, which was given to Jesus to show that he was a priest. He was God's high priest. He was, of course, the Son of God. And so they gave Jesus frankincense to reflect that. And then finally they brought him myrrh. And myrrh is one that I can never spell to start with. But myrrh was a strange, it was an ointment. It was a kind of a lotion. And it was particularly used for embalming bodies after people have died. And that myrrh was important because it showed what Jesus had ahead of him in his future. And it showed that Jesus was going to die and that he would need the embalming oil. And it was a sign of the sacrifice that lay ahead of Jesus. So the gifts that the wise men brought, the gold and the frankincense and the myrrh, were important in different ways. And it strikes me that as they were travelling on their journey and they came to find Jesus and offer him presents of gold and frankincense and myrrh, so too I wonder what it is that we can offer Jesus, that we can offer God. It's a time, isn't it, this year, this month in January, of making resolutions. We often make New Year's resolutions, don't we? Perhaps we commit to be a bit fitter or to eat less or to do more healthy things or whatever, or just to be a better person. And I wonder if we can think of what we might be able to offer God and the people around us to be better people and to make the world a better place. So I'm going to invite you now to talk with the people around you and perhaps with your teachers in your class or with mum and dad at home, and to think, what are the gifts that you might be able to offer one another, offer other people, and offer the world at this time? It might be being a little bit kinder or more generous. It might be helping out a bit more. It might be making friends with somebody who you think is lonely or doesn't have many friends. Or it may be keeping in touch with people more. Or it may be something completely different. Let's have a bit of time thinking, shall we, about what kind of gifts we could offer to God and to the world today and this year.